Oh my god. This is a long story. So this is written 3 words at a time by Discord users. Well, fireplace. YouTube. Perfect. 10 hours of crackling logs for Christmas. Are you sure, guys? I'll start with like a paragraph or 2 and then we'll go from there, okay? Do we need to put on some music as well, or like how does this work? A story related to dragons and elves, or the quest of the Knights of Lowkopia. Made by the LowkoTV Discord members. Forward. The moderators of LowkoTV are thank you for all users who decided to add something to this story. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible to create this piece of art. Chapter 1. I don't know if you can go here, guys. If you can read the whole thing, that's a long-ass story.
This is one of the things that will be left of this civilization in a few thousand years.
Yes. The civilization that comes after this one will look at highlights of what we have done on the live stream. And they will clearly not have any clue as to what is going on. Chapter 1. There once was a group of big fat elves together with a group of orcs. Together they drank and sang songs about the mighty old king of the Dwarven Empire. After a while they found a large golden crown. They traveled to a place in a galaxy far, far away. They encountered many chickens on the way through Mordor to retrieve the mighty, long-forgotten penny of Cthulhu, which is dangerous to all chickens roaming around the fields of pestilence. They encountered a weird Dutch streamer who wasn't even funny to watch because he has a Dutch streamer locked up in a closet underneath his pineapple pizza, which was old. An old coffee brewed in the winter alchemy laboratory owned by TobiWan, who had a kinky cat and a special teeny tiny dragon, which was cute and capable of breathing hot fire in the air. The Dutch streamer had one dream: to beat winter StarCraft with dragon fire. However, the cannon was in range of all 20 poor little drones, and they got shot by their moderators controlling the entire stream, with tamed dragons screaming for drops. Drops came, and the chat rejoiced, even if they were overwhelmed by the evil mod named the NukeOfficial. He plays Protoss only to cheese and annoy everyone who was in good mood to throw AndyHD under a big American truck with Gatling guns. Then came Artanis out of nowhere to fight against the evil Zerg controlled by Amon. Winter gaming in disguise as Loco Elf encountered his gold. "Oh no, Luke," said Winter to give himself more attention from his dirty esports money. If only Dita Hunter had the time to focus on calling famous knights to slay dragons. The knights named Chupacabras, DroneRush, and DJ Christoph bravely ran away while they were planning another attack on the mighty Winter StarCraft and his eternal Mr. Destructoid army. They stood no chance against those big Dutch foreheads and the streamer knights. After their fight, they all slept for some days to understand that sleep is important, specifically 8 hours. But they found out that Winter had a big heart in his secret treasure chest, what was guarded by his pet Zergling named Lenny, also known as Jenny, but different. Maybe Davy Jones needed some vases for Captain Jack, who was drunk off of gasoline as he always does. Meanwhile, NukeOfficial took the hobbits off to Isengard to get drunk off of gasoline and watch Gandalf Jedi tricks performed by Loco, who is a forehead without legs and the streamer. And the knights, who say Nye, met Knight Fluffy Waffle 02. They all started playing Doki Doki and got scarred, so they stopped. Dog goes woof, ting goes skra. What does the fox say? Pop ring ding ding, said NukeOfficial and turned to DJ Christoph. You are dirty boy. I'm sorry there's no spam in that matrix. Please don't delete my grandmother's cookies. So this is what you guys did over the Easter holiday weekend. You guys literally just wrote 3 words at a time after each other. And our comments are a bunch of random words. Let's return to the dragons, elves, and lonely wizard who are in their lonely fortress in the middle of magical Lowkopia. In Lowkopia, there are many creatures like European swallows, but without legs or torsos, really. It's just some pasta with flying through the air made by Sushi-kun, who loves yes, but only because he can't spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious without mistakes, but the mighty DJ Christoph couldn't help being less cool. Lowkopia's king was King Idra, the just ruler who was from the USA. Motherland of donuts, bacon, and guns. Many guns, also Burger King. But most importantly, the courageous knights of the internet who served LowkoTV to bring freedom to the land, and my mom, who plays tuba while wearing a hot pink tutu and dancing shoes and a beige and bright green top hat with blue-green socks that do not fit very good on her hand. The courageous knights were dancing at the corpse of CSGO esports. An unladen swallow has the speed and other drugs to carry coconuts to the seagulls of the damned who poke knees with giant spears while dressed as lizards. This is poetry right here. Let me repeat that. An unladen swallow has the speed and other drugs to carry coconuts to the seagulls of the damned who poke knees with giant spears while dressed as lizards. Those are words to live by. High Elf Rushichiro broke into Loko's Gucci gang and stole a tiny Ultralisk that spawned super pylons after destroying the invading orc horde. So you can test your might against the blue people. Dabadee. Dabadee dabada. Okay. Oh my god. Guys, are you... The night came and predators approached to hunt down the dragons of Twilight. They were hidden on the ground, burrowed deep right next to a big stash of Loko's Patreon money and some old used combat shields. Let's go fight for some reason so our kids can grow up into deep holes of our minds so we can tell the stories that were created by this channel. You may ask, where did they get all the drone barbecue sauce to put on their delicious food? But it doesn't help at all because drone barbecue breaks Zerg hearts and make Terrans do the disco. But that's fine because all the Terrans suck at dancing. Zergling breakdance is sophisticated art, admired by all, understood by none, done by some, avoided by others, and Lenny the Zergling with the very dry tongue and the long cat is working at Blizzard while they are streaming terrible StarCraft matches played by elves while fighting dragons. This insane multitasking made the elves go fully insane because they haven't eaten drone barbecue or a dragon. They've only eaten little pink piggies because they're so darn diddly good. But then, Winter and Grandmaster Lowko, Lowko the Great, master of the drone barbecue sauce, L to the Oko, ate a whole unpeeled ripe banana. He choked as he fought the Lord of Destruction before coughing out an entire hatchery. Guys, Meanwhile, the wizard made his way to the mystic land of Ire to be the greatest barber, but then realized everyone is bald. So instead, he went to Joey Ray's disco club to dance to Donnie's new single featuring Kate Luckwell. It was called The Burning Tides of Terry's Desperation for Boring Science. In a submarine under the sea, the wizard left. Meanwhile, on Lenny's big spawning pool, Lynx are dancing because they found their metabolic boost. Close to the dragons and elves, there were some casters of the fascinating Lowkopian cult lurking in the darkness. Melancholy, they routinely summon their bows and arrows and shoot at those nasty dragons who stole their sweet, sweet MMR, but those dragons had an idea. They found about cannon rushing all elves who were behind their mineral line and built a wall to protect themselves from the Dominion. Unfortunately, they used too much terrazine with their drones and the wall collapsed into millions of toxic pieces. Are you kidding me? Meanwhile, the knights were teleporting to Ire and freezing the little Zerglings from the raid slots. When Lowko was burrowing his colossi, aka laser giraffes, under the sea where Rushichiro lived, and his pals, the knights recruited a bunch of derp festers so they could run across the motherland. After some time, they encountered a mob of newcasters led by Terry. They wanted revenge and a pound of sweet honey because Donnie, Vermilion, and Lenny were best friends forever. When suddenly Stedman decided Ultralisk should be given terrazine. He created bots in a cave, but a somewhat annoyed Jimmy has to help gathering terrazine. Cute Tanuki is also helping gathering Thespian gas. Meanwhile, the elves are still multitasking with Lenny to complete the cycle and defeat NukeOfficial. But they didn't prepare for what Wild Tardigrade had on its mind. So Lenny decided to help Lowko with his homework of 10 ladder games to StarCraft with no losses whatsoever. Though he failed, Scarlet appeared and saved their ladder points. The unhappy orc opened the portal to Lowkopia in the realm of Grandmasters. However, some noobs decided to call the Spear of Adun and cannon rush their enemies. However, they forgot the Dark Shrine that was proxied by his third expansion to rush the enemy with Dank Templar. But now they are ripping through the cheesing dragons from Warcraft and StarCraft combined. Lowko and his brother... I have a brother? I didn't even know that. Lowko and his brother went to the magical underwater world somewhere in the northern Arctic called Abyssal Reef. They encountered many free mineral patches and terrazine altars. But there was a growing darkness. The Protoss had sensed evil fishes waiting for prey. Those evil fishes hate Tal'Darim and Terran balance whining. But the biggest secret was how the laser giraffes could use Burrow without researching it. Such a hacker should be banned for all eternity. Then came Amon. The rising darkness, and said to Artanis that... What? Okay, but that's fine because it's 2178 and everything is okay. At least, that's what Zeratul would have wanted. The prophecy also foretold the end of the Uranus meme. I'm pretty sure the Uranus meme will never end. There's no such thing as an end of the Uranus meme. Lowko, what are we doing? I see a lot of people are still tuning in. Just to quickly recap. During the Easter weekend, a lot of subscribers and viewers of the stream played a game in this Discord group, where they type 3 words each, one after another. And there had to be at least 5 other people posting in between before you were allowed to post yourself again as well. And they came up with a great story that's definitely very comprehensible. Lowko is a laser giraffe, while that was burrowed, still not researched and without extended thermal lens. Soon he will reach the end of his long life. Luckily, Lowko can't just die when he is immersed in the juice he bought last week from someone named Winter, who happens to be Lowko's clone. That particular clone was the creation of D the Hunter, the firstborn. D the Hunter's creation began its journey by making horrible puns and reaching Grandmaster in no time with 1 win, but it was a fake account made by Blizzard. Damn you, Chris, said the Lowkopians as he rubbed chewing gum into his girlfriend's hair. She didn't like D the Hunter anymore, and with the help of the Knights, Lowko was saved, for now at least. But Terra striked. When the dragons researched adrenal glands. Oh no. Abathur was dancing the slug dance when the Knights boogied in the disco and cut off his extremely large piece of pie, also known as the humongous retractable cherry pie hole. He aided to manipulate essence for his giraffes, and the Super Saiyans such as Uganda Knuckles, deadest of memes, Lowko tried to rescue Lenny from the Protoss. Lenny loves to spread toxic saliva, which harms only salty Terrans, but the Terrans' asses were harmed because Maru is Beyond's secret son, which explains why Lowko's legs disappeared. Clearly, that makes his forehead a weapon of only mass destruction. This amazing Protoss cheese can only be achieved by researching Neo's steel frame. Lowko's forehead and his 5-head worked together with Donnie Vermillion speaking to Abathur about having kids together so that Kerrigan would be heartbroken forever and pregnant. This wonderful embryo, being extremely adaptive and elastic, bounced up and stretched the entire Koprulu sector into nothingness. The void swallowed UNN and Kate Lockwell and Terry the attention seeker, leaving only Donnie and Egan Statman alone in a room so they had all the bottles of Terrazune and syntax errors for themselves. Now, having the time to eat pie in copious amounts, they decided to take over the hive mind, to take the Zerglings and eat pie back in Isengard. With the elves, Saruman decided to forge a new strain of orc, the aggressive, pie-eating kind of orc, to challenge Egon and Donnie. Please help us, cried the Zerglings while eating pie. Little did they know that DroneRush was preparing his dragons and elves to eat pie, thus ending the supply of pie, making them angry, which is bad. They turned on the mods to bake more pie, but the larvae ate all the pies, evolving them into Ultralisks with Seeker missiles who were also buttering their biscuits. The mods rebelled against Lowko, the Twitch tyrant. His forehead shines bright like a diamond in the sky through applying polisher. The mods overpowered Rifkin with their mighty banana power, which caused a distortion in space-time. However, Fluffy Waffle got rapid on board to the dismay of NukeOfficial, who reclaimed the banana throne. Meanwhile, Testosis opened a gateway to the void, freeing the Hunter, who was making more clones and got banned, but returned to ban everyone else with his ultimate Twitch chat remover 9000. Then Lowko unbanned everyone and started making Klingenwetzer a mod, but they quickly unmodded him, making him furious. This made Lowko laugh with an unexpected squeaking. The Marine Marauder medevac composition got removed by the mods to the dismay of bio players who opened new forum threads and started raging about Twitch mods. However, the Reaper forced to cancel on the last expansion, so NukeOfficial, not to be Nuke Unofficial, not to be confused with NukeOfficial, had to GG. While this transpired, intergalactic war continued and Lowko spoke German. Was hast passiert? Sadly, no one understood that poor, shining, shimmering forehead was sentient and began taking over Twitch's start site. The Twitch viewers were in trouble. The forehead growled with alien technology. You are not ananas pizza pies. Begone bot. And thus LocoBot unplugged himself from the meme machine, never to be disturbed again. Meanwhile, the High Templar was smoking weed on Shakuras. Maybe Char? I feel like we're really going, this is really going places, guys. Begone bot. One Pokeboy versus the world. But the Pokeboy didn't expect that the world fall in love with a forehead. And a forehead that was more like the size of a mountain, growing from the quest. It must be hard to wake up inside when your forehead is the size of a giant big long turd after eating pie. What? What is that red giant box? Wondered the elves who were riding atop the Zerglings. It's about time, said DroneRush, another night. Fluffy Waffle replied, we have to go and ask NukeOfficial about why his hair looks like lollipops. NukeOfficial didn't know, but he did 12-pull to tear an opponent that went for an SCV rush. Somehow both lost. The night TobiWan wandered slowly across the Tatooine desert to find DroneRush, the Jedi Master. What was left of him? Asked the knight. And Taro Tessadar from higher ground attacked a group made up of dozens of Tal'Darim Tusken raiders led by Alarak, useless Janara and his badass ally CTG. They slowly but surely killed the Tusken. And Taro Tessadar, incredible. Suddenly, a wild laser giraffe attacked with its extended thermal freaking lance, which could have brought happiness and joy to everyone, but then it blew up and Lowko emerged from the distant future to look on Hydras feasting on the dead body of Donnie Vermillion. Kate is crying tears of happiness and Terry is still looking for attention. Meanwhile, AndyHD is thinking about modding for the Knights, including Donnie's undead corpse, so they could have a beer in the cantina of Mos Eisley while listening to a translation of Rumble in Kalani. End of chapter 1. I would say this is the best 20 minutes of my live stream that I've ever spent. The best 20 minutes of story building that has come out in the last at least 12 decades.
Can't wait for the sequel, Kappa.
Thank you, Simon, for the 500 bits and Mr. Scrin as well for the resub. Appreciate that, guys. Thank you very much. And now, guys, whew, man, we made it. If this isn't the sickest advertising for the Discord group, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. Would highly recommend you guys go ahead and hang out there. It is a lot of fun, but now it's time to shut it all off. Get away from this.
I'd like to thank Lowko, as well as the Lowko community, for this amazing bedtime story. This just proves what the world can accomplish when we all work together.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect example of what can indeed happen. Thank you very much, Think Pat Thai, or rather, Tears of Destiny for the €5. And Think Pat Thai is coming up next with 194 bits.